They are fighting to save their son's life after a visit to the dentist left him diagnosed with leukemia. We first told you last month about the story of the Moreno family from Kyle. KXAN's Casey James has been spending time with them for the past month, and he traveled to Houston, where they hope a stem cell transplant will be the Christmas miracle they've been looking for.
Well, Robert, it could be a miracle thanks to new technology that has taken a complicated procedure into a simple one. Well, it's been an emotional and draining 8 months for the Moreno family. Mark, a 24-year-old Texas State University student, has already gone through 7 separate chemo treatments before receiving his transplant. We were in Houston during the entire transplant and found out the Moreno family weren't alone in this experience.
I never considered myself less fortunate, I guess, up until April, when I had to rely on so many families and friends and their support.
Terry Moreno's strength is being tested this holiday season as her only son battles acute lymphoblastic leukemia in a hospital room far away from the comforts of home.
We've been watching Christmas movies and, try to make it feel like home. I keep telling myself it's just a little step that we're going to have to endure for now and for things that are going to be better, soon.
The initial infusion's done.
Doctors said Mark needs a bone marrow transplant to beat the cancer in his blood. That's what brought him to Houston, but treatment to prepare Mark for his transplant has been incredibly hard on his body.
And Mark just went through a week-long treatment of chemo, is now highly susceptible to infections, so we have to wear gloves and masks and even wipe down our cameras before we can go in and see him.
It'll drain you fast and it'll keep you drained. They're very understanding of, you have your good days, you have your bad days.
Donor is O positive.
Our cameras were allowed inside the core cell lab at MD Anderson, where they prepare the stem cells for cancer patients.
We are basically processing it on this machine to wash out all of the protective additives that they added to it during the freeze process.
Mark will receive stem cells from the blood of an unknown mother's umbilical cord by separating the healthy cells from the blood.
Remove this extra fluid from it and get only the cells, which are what's going to be helpful to the patient.
After 45 minutes, it's time to take the healthy cells to Mark's room, where family, doctors, nurses, and a priest are waiting.
We ask you to bless these cells.
This is a time of hope. This is a time for a new chance.
God bless you.
It takes only 30 minutes to transfuse the new cells into Mark's blood, where doctors hope they will take and grow.
I don't know if we'll ever know who the donors were, but we're forever going to be grateful for that.
Is that way? You want to go that way?
Yeah.
But Terry knows other mothers haven't been as lucky.
You got it?
Their son is only 2 years old, and my heart just goes out to them.
A young couple from Dallas shares the same obstacles.
I see my baby boy, so I can imagine what she's going through, as him being so small.
The two mothers have been each other's support system since they met at the hospital.
It's great to know that we have each other.
I don't wish this on anybody. I don't. But if you do, please have faith.
No, go walk. You want to go walk?
2-year-old Ethan was diagnosed with leukemia AML on his 2nd birthday.
All done.
After months of chemo, the only solution left is a direct bone marrow transplant from his mom.
Knowing that Ethan can get something, a part of me, brings us together even more.
And only 10% of Hispanics make up the bone marrow donors in the entire world. Despite the odds, Ethan's mother is a match for her son. We will share their story tonight at 10. And I just talked with Mark's father, who says he has been battling an infection after the transplant and has been in ICU. But today, on Christmas Eve, has been improved enough to go back to his regular room. We wish both Mark and Ethan the very best.